Hello, Aries. Welcome to your reading with me, Cindy. So, Aries, this is very exciting for I had an inspiration to do this theme this week or 2 weeks. However, it's good. I think it might take me 2 weeks to get through this because I'm going to go visit my mom, make a bit of a long weekend out of it. So I won't be doing some videos there. But what is your story? Everybody's got one. What is yours? And I'm going to leave it open. I'm not going to ask, the entire story of your life, the theme of your life, or what is your story right now or in the future. I'm just leaving it open to Spirit to talk to you. And we have a debut. So, look what I got. Look what I got. It came in the mail yesterday. So it is the Wild Unknown Tarot Pocket Edition. I pre-ordered it. Yeah, no, sorry, July? When was I auctioning off my decks? Because I had to get new decks to replace the ones that were getting old and I auctioned off. And this was up. It was up on the website, but you had to pre-order it because it wasn't available yet. So I thought, oh yeah, I got all our other decks. So I have to get this one. So I did. See, I'm not like doing an unboxing because I've already opened it up and shuffled and played with it last night. So, but yeah, you're the first reading I'm going to do on the channel with it. I love the size of this deck. You can see it's like my other teeny tinies. It's bigger than those. So for reference, it's bigger than my other teeny tiny decks, but it's perfect. I wish every deck was this size. And I don't know, I guess too, I have sort of small hands. Yeah, whenever I've had to go like get my finger sized for rings, like, oh, it's like a kid's fingers. No, it's not a kid's fingers, it's my fingers. So there's a good size for me. I really like this deck. Shuffling it is great. And I'm going to use it. I'm going to use this deck for your reading. And so then, yeah, it came yesterday. It was actually, the funny thing was, it was supposed to get shipped November 16th, but I ended up, it got shipped November 15th, and they kept pushing that. So I think it's available now if you wanted to get it, the pocket size. And this is great. Now I'm thinking like I have this size and I have two other teeny tinies. So if I'm ever traveling, I just slip them into a little bag and I'm ready to go. I'm still figuring out the sweet spot for it in terms of fan shuffling here. Yeah, it's a little small for that. Okay, now that you saw it, let's get started. Aries, what is your story? Everybody's got one. So it's general. Because it's general, it may or may not resonate. If it does resonate and you're drawn to it, there will be an extended. The link to that is at the top of the description within this video. What is your story, Aries? Everybody's got one. Hearing 5 cards for you right off the top. Are they small enough? Can you see the whole thing on the camera? We got the Fool and the Sun. Whoa, you have an interesting story here. So your story, I'm just going to read it. Maybe it'll feel like it's your entire life up to this point in general. Maybe it feels like something that you've been working through right now, or maybe it feels like something you sense that you're heading towards. So you can put that wherever you want. The bottom, you have the Fool into the Sun. The reason that we're here is to talk about starting from zero and hitting your hopes and your dreams and your wishes coming true. So starting from basics, starting from the basics, being the first one out of the gate. Being the first one out of the gate. And Aries, you are the first one in the zodiac, and finding your wish fulfillment. It does also, by being the first one out of the gate, it sort of has the energy of kind of showing to others that you can accomplish this, that this can happen for you. But you're meant to do it here. You're meant to be the first one out of the gate, and you're meant to reach your wish fulfillments. That's what this is all about. But you have to start from zero. You can't go from zero. Maybe that's part of it. Maybe this is Aries wanting to go from 0 to 360 kilometers an hour right here. You can't do that. You can't. It takes some time. There's some steps in between. You have the Star. You have the 5 of Wands. You have the Father of Wands. You have the Mother of Cups. And you have the Ace of Cups. All right, so you're right. What this is here, this is, you know what you want. I mean, you have got the Star. This really has a sense of fighting for what you want. Really like knowing what you want, competing for it, going for it, knowing that this is your dream, this is your thing, this is what you want. It's part of maybe even feeling like this is my destiny, this is my my karmic duty. I'm just sort of channeling here, so not necessarily what I would associate with this card, but what's coming through. And fighting for it, wanting to really do what you've got to do it. You know exactly what you want, how to get there even, how to get there. At least you think you do. How to get there, how to show others how to get there, because that is really the energy of the Father of Wands. Always to me is a leader by example. This person doesn't just talk the talk. This person walks the talk, man. They talk it and they walk it and they show you that this can be done. Yeah, you've got to work through some stuff, but you can push through. You can do it. It's a bit of an inspiring energy. However, there's almost, this feels almost unexpected. Like, wait, one cop, pick a minute there. Wait, the wing is out. The Mother of Cups, boom. Hold up. Hold up, just a second. Because the Mother of Cups has a cup of love here. This is like a cup of love. The Mother of Cups into the Ace of Cups. You just hold on one hot minute here, you little fire baby. Just hang on. I got some love here. And it almost feels like the universe saying, whoa, interruption. Like an interruption. I see all this energy of sort of your momentum, your vision, what you feel. And even, yeah, the universe wants to take you to the sun. But there's more to it than just what you see and what you think here. It does. It's like, I'll poke you with this wing if you're trying to get past me. So you're on your way, even feeling like you've acclaimed something or you will acclaim something. You've earned it. You've fought for it. You've healed. You've done internal work. You've reached for the sun, perhaps, and even hit the stars. Wait a second. This is like a hard, sudden stop by the universe is your story. A hard, sudden stop by the universe. I do apologize if I sound like I'm talking weird. I'm not having a stroke. Knock on wood. I had an orthodontic adjustment yesterday, so I have quite a bit of Advil going through my system. And my tongue is getting used to changes in there. So I can hear it, so I'm sorry. Yeah, this is the universe coming in like just wait a second here. Just wait a second here. We've got something that you need to add to these wishes and dreams that maybe you didn't see, maybe you didn't perceive as possible. Yeah, but this is coming in here. This is an interesting balance of masculine and feminine energy, and fire and water too. Fire and water to me is always the creator of the rainbow. You know, you have the sun and you have the condensation and you see the rainbow. You have those two elements. Without those two things, you can't create the goal, the achievement at the end of the rainbow. You can't hit the rainbow without that. So this is almost like pushing a very fiery, passionate, creative, dynamic energy, boom, onto its ass for a little bit here. To say, hey, listen, there's some water to add here. There's some, there's the beauty, the poetry in life. Take a minute. Just take a hot minute and really absorb everything that's beautiful around you. Start to feel that inside you. Start to see it in all the people around you and all the different ways that that can show up. Because we want to give you a brand new beginning here in this realm. Snake looks like me. I don't know. What are you talking about? I control lightning. It almost feels like that. I control lightning. It's the heat of the storm without the rain. What is that? That dry thunder? Is that what they call that? When there's you know, lightning in the sky, particularly, I don't know how it plays out in other parts of the world, but here in Canada, sometimes in the hot summer months, we can have, I think it's called dry thunder, dry lightning, because there's no rain produced. And you just see it like the skies just light up. You don't even necessarily see lightning coming down. I think the lightning plays through up in the clouds. It doesn't actually strike the earth. The rain needs to come down. You need to bring, so if you want to bring something truly a huge achievement, if you want to create some sort of huge achievement for yourself, you do have to have the capacity to bring it down to the earth. That lightning can't just stay up into the clouds. It needs to rain down. And the Father wants us, just picture this cobra and being like a hot, dry environment, like a desert environment, or and in the water. What should we use? I didn't pre-shuffle any teeny tiny decks. Let's see. Oh, okay, yeah, we will. Sorry, okay, putting this back. As I was playing with this deck, I was pulling cards out last night, and I would just add underneath it. So that's what I'm being told to do here. We're just working with this deck. Because we're looking at the story. We're just going to go a little deeper into the story. The Star, the Son of Swords, wanting to really fly forward. That's like the Knight of Swords, knowing what you want, wanting to go right to it without hesitation, without anything standing in your way. Push it over in your way. Do a George Costanza, push the women and children out of the way if someone calls for. Don't do that, that's not nice. But you know what I mean? Like, just go. Go for what you want here, you know. But the Five of Wands, but look at you, show up and you get over it though. Yeah, do you look at this tenacity, the Son of Pentacles. Wow, that's yeah, you have two knights. This is calming like the fire that rumbles inside you. I always look at the cards when I'm doing you guys. And yeah, the fire like coming out of the tornado, molten lava. The conflict. See, okay. Aries is a master manifester. And I'm going to be honest, not everybody has the energy to be a master manifester. I think a lot of people that probably come to the channel and just are, you know, always involved in their spiritual exploration are. Whether you're an Aries sun or not, you probably have other placements in your zodiac that support being a master manifester. And there are certain zodiacs that I recognize as being master manifestors, but they're unique in how they do it. Yours is very unique in that you do it. You do it and you go for it. And as I'm saying that, the Magician is sitting at the bottom. It is knowing what you want and just doing it. I'm just going to throw it on the wall until it friggin' sticks, man. I'm going to do it. No one's going to stop me from doing it. It takes a lot of tenacity to do that. And this is a lot of tenacity. Really, going for it. I'm doing it. It's mine. I'm going to take it. But then, it's almost as if because you see it so clearly, and I think that's part of the master manifester capacity here, is because you see the end game. You know what you want. But it's almost like because you are the new little zodiac, you are the baby of the zodiac, I feel like on some levels, you have difficulty grounding the reality of 3 dimension. It's like you can see, I know exactly how this is supposed to end up, so let's just go there now. Let's just go to the ending. But you can't do that here. So you can't do that here on Earth. You're going to hit the 5 of Wands. You're going to hit some sort of, things are going to happen along the way, along this path, and they're going to make you go, oh, what? That's not supposed to happen. I'm supposed to get the end game over there. I have to deviate from my plan? I don't want to deviate from my plan. I want to win. I want to... But then... you do it. There's even more tenacity. That's an even harder energy to actually work through. So if this is your story, this feels like a very sort of advanced Aries energy. Because Aries is selfish, Aries is childish. Those are just jealous zodiac signs because they lose their inner child along the way and they become jaded and Don't let them tell you about that yourself, that about you. So, here myself, because I'm an Aries too, but you are really showing up here as saying, okay, I'm going to meet the obstacle. I can do better. That's what the Five of Wands is really about, is figuring out how to do better in terms of figuring out how to lead something through a difficult situation, how to lead yourself through a difficult situation. The Five of Wands is Leo. I can't remember what planetary energy it is, but it is about trying to step up and do better. So the Son of Pentacles is taking a step-by-step approach, thinking about what you learned yesterday and how do you apply it today. Okay, we're going to do that, right? That's not easy. Now you have the Father of Wands, the Seven of Wands. It almost feels like this coming in over here is to see what you didn't realize, Aries, is yeah, you got your end game over there, but from getting from A to B, there's a whole area of yourself that's going to grow and develop and change. And I feel like the Seven of Wands is actually being a little bit more protective, being a little bit more defensive about what can come around you. So when you get to that end game, make sure you're bringing the right things there with you. So things are coming, like, right? It's almost as if forgetting that being a spirit, being a soul, having an earthly experience is not just about achieving the goals that you see for yourself. That can also be driven by your ego and your mind. But it is mostly about the growth and the change that happens to the soul. And the soul becomes stronger, I feel. I'm getting just a message in its capacity to come in lifetimes and meet its goals and obstacles by transforming the vessel that it's within. So that's the challenge, is transforming, is your soul transforming the vessel that you're in. And this is not an easy vessel to transform, because it is Aries and it is full of fire and it's full of drive and desire and passion and oomph, right? It's great energy. But if you don't harness right, you know, you can run into the wall. Now, okay, somebody called me out and said that Aries is not known for being clumsy. Aries is known for being clumsy. I looked that up. So if you're an Aries and you're not particularly clumsy, or you're in complete denial about it, because I know my mom is probably watching. Yeah, Aries is known because you tend to just go. So you do. And I think like Aries has a tendency, they have to be careful of sharp objects. I've got all sorts of scars on my hands, and I've learned over the years how to use knives properly. So you can, there is that, just the driving force. If you don't sense that in yourself, like having been something that you've had to work through and control and learn to hold back, you probably have a lot of other placements in your chart that really ground you. But typically, like this energy, this is the pause. This is the moment of pause, because you come up against something you didn't expect too. You fought through things. This feels like what you could, not on a natural way. You can't push through it. You can't push through this without thinking about consequences. I mean, the Son of Pentacles is really thinking about consequences and how to get to the end game without getting there completely paralyzed and debilitated. You can't just charge through this obstacle, whatever it is. But now, okay, so you've learned along the way, and I am a leader. I am a leader in myself. I am a leader in my own right. And here I go. Boom. The Seven of Wands comes in when you hit this Mother of Cups. And it almost feels like a defense mechanism, because it feels like it could be touching the soft underbelly of you. It's your emotions. It's your deep emotions. It's coming into connection with really, really deep emotions. It's coming connection with people that you feel may have really, really deep emotions and not sure how to handle it. How do I protect myself in that situation? Because I know how to drive through things. Mother of Cups. Oh my God. Okay, I'm getting a double message. Temperance. Oh, and look at this. Oh, this deck is brilliant. I know I have this deck in a large form, but it's telling me different messages in its mini self. Temperance. Calm down. Sit for a second and just alchemize. Alchemize transform. This is almost like pushing you to transform, like shoving things into you. And I don't know what else to do with it. What am I getting that? Almost like a movie of someone who's going through, they're popping out into something else, like something is inside them trying to break out and it can't. It almost ends up exploding out of them as this completely new force. This does push you on your ass. So whether at some point in life you come into connection where there is a huge, incredible abundance of love. There's so much love here. And it almost feels maybe like you don't recognize it. What do I do with this energy? I'm not sure what to do with this energy. So you put up the defenses because it's like peeking through. What is that? It literally feels like that, like peeking through the defenses. What is that? How do I deal with that? Because too, if water and fire are not used in the right element, this is so funny. Why did this conversation, this guy had this conversation yesterday with a kindergarten kid. What are you talking about? They brought it up. Why did they bring it up? We're talking about fire and water. I don't remember if we were talking about lava. No, I can't even remember. But I said, well, fire and water produce really good things. They produce steam. They produce rainbows. And one of the kids said, yeah, but you got to be careful because if you pour too much water on the fire, you put it out. That is true. That is true. And that's exactly what's coming through here. So funny. Little kids can be pretty wise. I think they're natural channelers, actually, until they get a little bit older and we mess up their brains. But we're kind of meant to do that so that they work through transforming this vessel. So that's what almost maybe this fear is, right? It's right, learning the right amount of water to add to the fire. There's the alchemy. Figuring out, understanding the right amount of water to add to the fire so that you have steam. Steam feels so good. Steam is the sort of thing that you can naturally sweat in it, so it helps you purge toxins. It also helps to naturally moisturize your skin if you're coming from a dry environment. The steam house is a place that is noted for going in, I think, sort of shamanic practices, like going in and having visions. This is a very beneficial energy, and it's pushing you on your ass, and it's making you put up a defense because you don't have, it could completely put out your fire. And maybe that's the fear here. If I go too deep in this in the wrong way, it's going to put out my fire. It's going to do something to you to maybe make you feel, in a way that you could lose a part of yourself that's really important that you don't lose. It is introducing an element into your journey that is very much needed, but yeah, it is also needed that you alchemize this. What I think is so beautiful is that these wings are almost like, if you think of a bird giving direction, go this way, proceed, like go this way. This bird is sort of doing that, but it's like, boop, no, you can't go. It's almost like a stop. You got to stop. You have to stop, and you've got to think about this. But then this wing comes out, and it's in a different direction. It's pointing towards the Ace of Cups. Because once you've alchemized this, and you can understand how to process it, now you may proceed to the Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups. The Son of Cups. The Knight of Cups. Look at all the knights. You have 3 of the knights here. You don't have the Knight of Wands, which is your, well, maybe you didn't need to, you don't need to figure that out. You have passion, you have drive. I'm going. I'm not going to look before I cross the street. I did that a few times as a little kid. I actually jumped over the hood of a car. Yeah, so Aries, see, right? Like, then you kind of, this is not quite looking before you run out either. This is maybe thinking it's best to run out on a Sunday. There's less cars on the road, but it's still precarious. This one, you know what? I've learned that I got pretty lucky the first 2, 3, 4 times. I'm going to look before I go out into the road. And then this one, though, this is going in a completely different direction. Oh, these knights are going this way. This is almost like you sense something really big and prominent in your journey, your story, but you're trying to figure out ways to go around it. You can't. You can't, every path that you try to go around brings you back over to all this cup and water emotional energy. And then you've got it going. And then you're like, you feel it. You understand how to flow through it. You understand how to regulate it. So it doesn't feel like it's completely like a shower and it's putting out your little campfire of your inner flame. You just need a few drops of it at the right time. And then you move forward in this energy. So it is transforming you into a very watery, but you can sustain this water. You can sustain these emotions. You can sustain many transformations because water is the one element that transforms more than all of the other elements. Do the other elements transform at all really compared to water? Water can be frozen. Water is a liquid. So it's a solid, it's a liquid, it's a gas. Interesting, yeah. And the Magician. And that's it. There's nothing else. It's just the Magician, Aries. What element do you need to produce, to manifest something? You're moving. Oh. Okay, so your story is you are mastering manifestation. But with the Magician, it's about using the right element. You have all the tools that you need. We all do. But it's using the right one at the right time. Your story is being this master magician. But the one element that you really need to master is water. And then I see you here getting kicked on your ass with it and then trying to work through it. But then when you do, this becomes your new manifestation avenue. Your emotions, your feelings. That's what I got. That's what me in the pocket, the Wild Unknown Pocket Tarot deck has for you, Aries. I'm going to go do an extended. I'm going to leave it completely open and just allow, like this allows Spirit to talk to you and see what they want to tell you. Until next time, Aries, you be gentle with yourselves. Bye.